there is one sensible NDC member. Obi biara o jubilate about this judgment no. Again wo form. Now in the biara are you happy about this judgment that is based on technicalities and again wo form in the sense say we should be worried about the money lost. The encounter judgment no the best. I'm saying that the judgment was purely based on technicalities. Therefore, we should be worried as they say. Can we continue? Should we continue in a way say when in reality no be this car, Nasika ida, Nani Pane Jane, Nani Panaba, Nibane Baya, Yijano, by Yijano are based on technicalities. Instead of government of the day, those who love President Mama Abai should be worried about say they need it. And if you so what here at to forcing, if when they say as what is council D, only Jakpa, Sikamudi, and also I could appeal Ejamo. Oba of when they say Minya Bema of when they say Capital Bank at Twesian, Onu Susika, Odi, court appeal, Amandi bill. Now I'll say on up to now, in case you need we are praying say whatever the court appeal is doing for when they say NDC appointees and people who are very aligned to NDC, no, Chairman Wontumi so bail back pending appeal. Young Grantimano, because also or a Ghanaian, at least we have raised 20 grounds of appeal. So the cover appeal and our High Court judge be our best Chairman Wontumi appeal also on Grantimano. Now yes, justice Ebe Juma. Now what is important is that NDC Nipebia Kasa. Now Kasa, I was shocked because he spoke as a Ghanaian. He's worried about the attitude of the party. It is producer, but tape no, but tape na Ghana Funti. But Ghana Funti na I'm commend that guy.
I didn't know about him.
And I'm a new. I'm a bang.
When you would,
simple film.
or see a film was some way. I didn't know about him.
And I'm a new. I'm a bang.
When you would, my bang.
When you, I'm a judiciary.
I buy a moody.
Manewu, I'm a Ghana as of mine. I remember when say Wontumi Eco restaurant go did no. Ukaya mamo napkins mamode katamonta de fitao.
Aye.
I didn't hear.
Someone person stain Beckham.
Very good. Na stain bar. Yeah, they. You see, Oba Bradley baby wahu. No be a jeje so. You must have courage to protect your image. You must have courage, you know. Say over protect your image. And nothing I would me sacrifice you will be. And the bo we made you home buying. O gas pese mama jeli abuga pele.
Yes.
They be an NDC for the two home. Pese mama yebida. Abuga pele na damfo ni toto muto wa jeli na mewa.
Yes.
Say credit.
Yeah.
Because we been timing.
Nervy.
Akufado benya tag wo Ghana ha. Clearing agent. There.
So ni appointees ni bonia on hwenka.
Good. Mama bayi rating is high.
Oh there.
The rating.
High. Ghana for Gina too.
Rating is high.
Good.
Acceptability no. I take it. Goodwill. I wo. Inti adempo anka Ghana for best story akasa no. Ghanaians aren't talking because yet 1, 2, 3 nema be a Ghana for whom so this man there say you man in kwanya obetimi the akọ promised land and cut here we will not baku be from what do you do?
Yeah, they are saying no.
Pretty good. To me, you back. Yeah. Expected it to be prove back.
We back now. I said,
"Hey, wait me." za Wontumi test go
boy no yes serious boy no yes serious obi be ninsa aka ne tekrema na wa say good was asị oh we had me hwe video na za branch ofi fa oh why Wontumi ade o
ye na ye betimi approve
yes
mani be say na mechanism na bring pop
yes
I say sa asem wi and a law and a law and now no e-levy your passing your nay law. I found your marking court Supreme Court and no pay your man a judgment no nay law. Then you can go to us no call yet. One couple so one quab watcher or court and no cognac decisions here then your cassette ye. Quite fast to buy and na to Musi na nye. We NDC ni na when you G saw would die more. You account for that decision where buy and right. You account for it. Time and never buy. And now we NDC communicator now Kotsa radios now Kasa. Your back is against the wall. You will try to defend way I Bena boy. You go explain tire. Ordinary Ghanaian now on for now on Tinya Kanu. Then do na ye downtrodden for no nya mo kanu ye ntiu abun bon ye nhwe asebo no said now ya bonu kwadu no wo Ghana ha eno court eno kosre court zo court mano Kenya no nkwa banone enko sane ho yare mebo a
yeah
okoya no wa mabiu
se bia na ne honto ne
wan tra makot se na ne honto ne o wo sa krata na fa betudwa wanye. There's no evidence or traces of Sedinam communicating to the country. Say okoya no not that I see you ntino untimi ma wanye sada almost an extradition as here one contested the extradition so contest the extradition now and could the baby shemu so mi kwade say me wo court wo ha e di ma asem dada that's never come out and yes abo kafi Ghana ha koso one di America say you be ote ni di na beto ha see the new kokodo be see airport ya hu picture ye di Wontumi ko ye hu picture butrika hwana ya chin Ghana ya hu picture muntetre ye hu video ye hu pictures said the nam kwa de no picture of her anywhere and now no wo fie oyare ene ye hwe no ena ye kasa sa na muntie betezo idinako prison crawl ya undisclosed say high profile na said na no case one no ye high profile sin tatuchikata me ye ni mazana tatuchikata da prison
yeah
na ye ni Victor Salome na ye ni NDC pompen fu aye jeli omo na no na ye ni obe no moda. What makes this one so special? And ye high profile na ye dey. What is high profile about a CEO when ministers have been jailed in this country? You remember Bedo Makoto. Between minister and CEO, one high profile. CEO and minister say, give us a break. You are damaging your government. You are damaging the image of the party.
How is this issue damaging?
Those explanations in the banner you are bearing for. Let's say the name appoint a private communicators to speak for her. We are bearing the panel Bekasa. You are speaking the position of government. That is how we will take it.
But people are tagging the government to say, okay,
because everybody who has provided explanation one way or the other, you are bearing the power. That is it. So we are buying Munipa now Kasa, your fathers are buying a Kasa. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Now me tell bad I'm was say and today na said na tamakula ye a sunubo and say mo goodwill yi mo sacrifice di ko this attack we.
Sacrifice be na be.
You see, perception. It's so simple film.
Ocean film was same way. And then I'm ocean film.
And I'm a new.
That is one of the most sensible NDC person. And yet we name him a nationalistic person. We share any arguments, no, and he's not happy. State not losing money, but the perception said the number by a started trying to journey. Wambada, Emma, extradition. Obaye no ye didn't ko sie ye hu no da ye bon no ban ye yapi we kupom ye wie agya no in a strange circumstances this guy tries to tell you say government of the day in some instead of distancing themselves from whatever Temako said Nayaniano, they are rather defending. Into your party, say, what would defend Biano? You've created a bad perception that you are happy, say, you see, Kairana Nipana, Yesusu and you are excited. How do we fight corruption? How do we fight corruption? And so this guy, I think Akudjan also, one of the multi people, very, very intelligent guy. Kudos to him. Now, Wontumi Galamsey issue. The innocent Wontumi, and at the end of the day, Uncle Galamsey, but Obiako Galamsey when I say so, no provided reasonable doubt as to say he's not guilty. He's not responsible for whatever people are. And then two people, they dance say, oh, what is happening in the Galamsey scene? And why should Wontumi be the scapegoat? He's innocent. Producer, but I want to share this interview. No? Yes.
Wow, party now. NDC phone number 2 mom kodu ani patin wiase sa 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 NDC phone number 2 mom we galamse ne number 2 ka wo
wow party na obum dia
kodu number 2 ka wo because ade a don sa tini obi so se enye no ye ntwa ho maye o universe kwa fa ho nchawo what come obi agye bisa agye we enye anka ye pensu de kade bechi esi we ye galamse ye yinama we ye galamse ye yinama ene ase nhuni ano de de kan galamse ho asem 2023-24 urban sa ho de na we ko de we en se me party for mon tia so mon tini ye aban bie ni wa ba pe 2016 eduma ben yanye and maybe I also Ghana for any no. You might question a few.
Yeah.
And before buy dear no man farmer. And then maybe on can ya, on the almost certain years. One buy almost some bay and you paid for the idea. I'm on and the name before. Oh, but you could do. And you are here the same thing about could any patin yes, sir. And if you number 2 more I'm saying, number 2 go.
Wow, party now, boom, dear.
Kodu nyambe twomka wo because ade a don sa tene obi so se enye no ye ntwa ho maye o universe kwa fa ho nchawo what come obi agye bisa agye we enye anka ye pensu de kade bechi esi we ye galamse ye yinama we ye galamse ye yinama ene ase nhuni
enu niye another honest NDC. Those who are really doing Galamsey are free under President Mahama. NDC are buying the appointees, the MCCs, regional ministers, all over Ghana. Deep in Galamsey, President Mahama is aware protected, shielded, benefiting from Galamsey. And they've jailed an innocent soul, Wontumi. And our kind of Nyami Betia Mokebia. Nyami Betia Moka. Me say, Obi Biada do Satia Wontumi. Ono near Galamsey. No one charging for Galamsey. No Biakoya Galamsey when it dimu. Only Moshe. Sa di pano kwa Galamsey no so no huntono. But my papa na bumudia. Huntomo da obi obedidi wa Galamsey huntono. The Galamsey huntono. And you know, you see, I was surprised that the trial judge didn't know. Say, one person give you 20 years for something that on here, just because somebody. And this is what is happening in the country. So, to me, no, this man is a NDC man. No. Or say, it starts from the presidency to NDC, Fuso Jawo. From the presidency, Udi Galamsey Sika, Obefe. I said a lot of universe, and it's true that universe in penny injustice. Chamau to be soon or prison. No bonfire, no memo by no water. Look, see, it's about to be free or corner. Look at what is happening to the country. The whole nation is in a mess. And ne bibia boy a deal. Yen to be in talk, light off, petrol. Everything is in a mess. Now, I'm listening to the last interview of Omwa Abano. Yeah, person a jelly Chamau to be in Yakot Bono Pa. So, no one curse. As a man teacher Wontumi, I would not be come 20 years. No, down to me. The Colonel now concern now for no call. Muntiano, interview.
Because I could have been there. Me kai baby asia Chema Wontumi wa. Na me raho because I could have been there. And in all sincerity, yeah, na me person me kan myself.
Okay, 20 years at the man. Now, bra, your sentence in. I think it was Monday. What's the news? You know, how did you feel?
My response, no, ebi ebe onwa. Open one person, not on your surprise that I am. Because, who say interview I granting me can say
yes.
And go for but possible, but me boss betum. That was the reason why I was a criminal. Because media grant can be them. And I stated and said, dear me, no me who near my do and you must see con. No me who say, or Masha say, or the chairman won't better. Ebio, Obakaya, me interview a many OKFM, a year wakra. Me, we know, because also say, Messer Ghana for any before you answer, your mom pie and much my own to me.
You know,
me cars and go find Thomas. Dear me, who you mean to me? I can't say it. Mean to me, if I'm to camera. But they are awesome. Say, Abanasa. But me not surprised one bit. So, but not true.
Because of more amount for be a ballpark. Now, say, and you're based on Rani, General to the jailing and as a political persecution. I mean, can't sure. Yes, I say based on Mbra. I agree. But when you be, it is said, I mean, Castor Richo, or Penny no a police commander, a Krubiso, or Ghana, I mean, Mukundi. And now, when you're Rabbi Chimpana, Rabban Washu Kumopa, buy a Bema beer who are buying open. And a Koba said, a brand Tibisu Kumo, Wuska, and what J. Gay and free police commander and some. Or Jennifer police commander and seven. Police commander who say, Emremuno want to mean check a brantiano, so I get a girl. Because we be your girl on Fumre. Oh, yes.
The police commander, the OD, one cache. No, when you may and drum, no woman, a brantian or Beji police commander again, or Cocontopa, no Cobubi. One a police commander be a coche. Or coche, as well can say, what could to Quentin Mabecho? But no, be any say, and yen to Quaninti.
As some language,
a dear or dear brantian.
Oye ni na obi anim say commander we dey anya ntokwa abranti eku ntia. O girl o giri ntia. Commander so da bi enya me girl ntia. Ntokwa na wakokuna na etiamra. Me kan crash your plane. From my opinion, me give me hono. Esan se NDC fo nya nyina so bi eti a chema Wontumi e wo de galaxy sesem nti. Wo mo se eye saa galamsey no nti e no mo try no. Ba me de minim se eye chema Wontumi sebe ni kasa bi okikaye ene ne ye bi oda na di ena etia the first family any NDC for ti no me answer. That's my personal opinion.
Is it a part so?
Yes, but to what end?
Minia nyoka say ye ofo say ekwoku nipa state attorney using as material witness when he want to be ejuma na ono ye open confession or see anyen won because nipa bi ebopo da before case the court no say the chairman want to be betum if na ebopo no so the chairman want to meet is premeditated. The trust is share. Here na obey arrest. Here na so you shemu. Here na so a prosecution. Here na so a judge. Here na say or witness. And na who can say and then we don't know who you to back.
Yeah.
Na say you no. So when nim that's here your true. Anko ka enti achema Wontumi a ono body ne beko enti that's so could do court in this interview test you
lawyer unim say you onkofo bi wo a te say lawyer Wontumi fa ni ano obia ye lawyers a omudimu na problem e won say lawyers no enim say case no Wontumi di bim na baby a case ne kono aye personal
so entina we no o ya po kuma o ko da dance ya no e ka say na ya bopo and at all costs
they didn't betu
Wontumi na so e ka sa and you can see from the proceedings
you
can see say for the first time case be anywhere in 6 months judge say me pen I told them all you know then by yourself we no matter for send message. Yeah. Because what I'm saying, Matisse is a bit jelly.
Yeah, yes, we have out. Yes,
and that's what we said. Yes, no, a premeditated. Now, if you see no kind or see, Chamount to problem no, Kofubia, what hurt you?
Yeah.
Now, I dance on the bar now, to say, to say, Obi. I go to a big girl.
Yeah.
It's your part. I say, to make the mama bonnet.
Yeah.
Now, omudi we no, shanika, and such a person, no, as some kind, no, we want to meet you. We be some you. I say,
I open obi to me.
All at the end of the day, no, as amounts to one thing. Sadinam had her day in court. So now everybody. If the court of first instance di wasem na we need one who appeal, it is said that I'm appealing. No, thank God, Chief Justice appointed 3 judges: Justice Emmanuel Ankama, Justice Diewo Erebako, the large Justice Mirifidi, and they sat on it, and they decided to take their time. Scrutinize the whole appeal records vis-a-vis the judgment of the court, and they came out with a decision. Whether you like it or not, no, a decision has been made, and that decision that has been made, no. My only worry with the decision that has been made here, when justice has been delivered and the government in power has lost money, because whether you like it or not, there was a muscular scandal and Sedina was the center of it. Wontumi and deny says he cannot find the same. And Ojani from a tentrini or the boy be a journey, bro, be antaredo. If Senator was genuinely innocent, if Senator thinks say he is so clean, allegations I wanted to soon and the various things I just saying a mass loss Ghana and could be stay in Ghana to fight the innocences or to raise doubt about the trial, the allegations, the evidence. But this woman realized say she herself knows that she is guilty. So carry the wire was say be until she be a banner otilo ojane ye obaba pono yesente sentence pono o se me ma was be di boni ye use extradition e ko find by and before obeba no they are prepared grounds for appeal. And another day, the judge is so much assembly so no. At the end of the day, they look at the law in the form of technicalities. They look at the law at the with the technical angle. What are the charges? What are the legal flaws of the charges? What are the defectiveness? They came to the evidence. They look at the flaws of the evidence. And then they look at every angle, crossing the I's and the T's. He determined the case on high technical grounds, looking at the law and nothing by the law. They did not also look at any other thing like one, the substance of the case, advancement of justice, the truth of the matter. The court of judges were not interested about the truth, justice. To do substantial judges, they looked at technicalities and look at what the law says about technicalities. And I may tell my dear, what the law says about technicalities. Mekai from a famous case, Matunidin Odelike versus Oye Tola. A very interesting case. No, a judge said, or see, legal technicalities undermine substantive justice by allowing procedural errors to override the merit of a case. Listen to me. Legal technicalities undermines substantive justice by allowing procedural errors to override the merit of a case. Landmark examples where courts or commentators criticize or reject decision based on technical rules. And there is argument against technicalities. Court judge be a transnational technical law technical law no. The disadvantage is that all the technicalities. What happened is that number one, you sacrifice justice. If you proceed as a court with a technical eye, you sacrificing justice. What happens is that the court risks prioritizing rigid rules. The court risk of prioritizing rigid procedural rules over truth and fairness. Listen to me. Say court to be a start to say of featuring Mrana ana rules ayedi ejumano ani mrano or she say thereby say or the rules no and the ejuma na moment mention law said court enye de bia na mra ye di adwuma o mra court bia apart from mra no you test whether the mra no a ode ye adwuma no e reasonable e fair e just It's you want a court of equity, the court of chancery. It is the case, men kataweni to the truth and fairness, and then rely on technical, legal, procedure, rules. And technically, no, one call medical examination. Now we nya reporting to no. Yen ya need to pass say ya to the panu mu ni pattern ababe mu say ni panu atu no mana ya the pictures aba. It I say that is the truth. That is the truth. That is truthness. But technically, no, I don't care about Munaya Tuni Pakono. I don't care about the video evidence, you know. So when to me and from medical report signed by a doctor to prove say you rape your colana on technical grounds, you know, obey jai rapist, no, because or rely on technical evidence. Where is the medical evidence? Meanwhile, the truth and the fairness is that the girl has been raped. You are raping her. Will be any chia. And there is a me who here. Say you raping her. You are raping her. Media lawyer. Media doctor. Gami who know Ebiana AI. Gami who know media more can minimum deep because media doctor for. Meanwhile, no, the truth. Let's say. You rape your man. The truth is say amount for the truth is say there's picture evidence, but judge do rely on technicalities and to throw away fairness and truth. And when a judgment is based on technicalities and procedure rules the results will be unjust and the truth will never come out. There will be public distrust because the whole public realize say the name with this car, say the name your crown for, say the name a committee a lot of financial loss to Maslow. Man, we put it Johnny. Obianim say even NDC for Pakrapo nim so mudane. Obianim both everybody in the country knows that said the name Ewiesika Mascot scandal with Johnny. And everybody realize say this is a criminal law. Yakofanofia Buchaba on extradition. Attorney General Krakano Canada believes say no judgment, no, there has been a loss, there has been stealing. State may lose almost 90 million Ghana cedis. And what happened is that court rely more on technicalities as what the court of appeal has done now. There will be public distrust, meaning discharging an accused person on procedural flaws fosters perception of bias and impunity. If a court sacrifice justice, if a court sacrifice truth, if a court sacrifice fairness and rely on rigid technicalities, what happens is that there will be perception, say the judgment was biased and there is impunity. 3, eroding public accountability. Emma amanfo who say omo ayedi to mission mun samson mun hwe sika so no omo diske wiya your legal system to check them. So there will be systematic reliance on technicalities, letting wrongdoers evade liability despite substantial evidence. In the Sedinam case, the evidence is that Nipano Sikana Yedimano Matchlock, no, we can account for it. Sikana for the same. Obama Mamina Janet fi Ghana because odi boni bi adwane obi odi boni dwane we dwane akote ya sentence no se me ma because me di boni ya kofo na ba court no use technicalities one share the truth one share the fairness and was just substantial evidence in law. The court is to do substantial justice, not technicalities. And in that Supreme Court decision, currently, the Supreme Court spoke through justice, His Lordship, Akabuafu, that it is the duty of the prosecutor to assist the court, and it's the duty of the court also to inquire about the truth of every criminal matter before them. And it's the duty of the investigator also not to look at only conviction but truth. And the investigator has a duty to ensure or produce all evidence, whether it will go or in favor, it will go in favor of the accused person or damage the case of accused person. All that the court is looking at in the Trima trial is fairness and truth. So, me like Maurice Ampaw, I'm not surprised about the decision of the Court of Appeal. And the reason why I'm not surprised is that Mamiche Muditia, 3 judges no mutia case in Yano, 2 Yamada for pa. 2 Yamada for pa. Justice, His Lordship, dear wo, I am a classmate. I sat in the same class, law faculty, the same class with him. Lego in the 90s. We were taught criminal law and criminal law by her ladyship, Anita Mensa Bonshu. Justice Badu, criminal procedure. It is justice, His Lordship, dear Wo, was a high court judge, Kumasi, calling him 2 types. Your application was granted because your application of grantee or you're very solid judge were being rough. Dear way you're my classmate. I've met him several times. Very intelligent judge. Justice Imanakama outlaw judgment. No, let me give you a background of Imanakama. Imanakama too is a bosom friend. I am a body. I became a friend to him and Kamabra Oba Osu Court as a circuit court judge, as a district court judge. And then from there, he was transferred to Kuku Affairs as a circuit court judge for so many years. And then Oba High Court, Oba Court of Appeal. But there's something common between many judges and Kama. Mutie, judge now OD for Sadinam Samakono. This is a judge, NDC, accused of being corrupt. Sam George, didn't attend rough. Esa say, now your judge, whatever, court B. And as Sam George, electoral case be bad in him. This is a judge, I social media. Sam George can say, oh, him, ya one num. At the time he was giving judgment against Sam George, no. He said he doesn't know what a judge rank. Justice Imanakama was insulted by Sam George. 2023. Insulted by Sam George. Justice Imanakama. If you want to know Justice Imanakama, only currently the Sampa Hene near Otu for a pound, no. Sampa Mahini Otu follow. Sampa Mahini ye judge. When the judges judge in Manankama, ne chief title in another flat. But only in Manankama na. Do Mahini ne chimanso. Satana domain ni circuit court or also tema the same tema circuit court A into only court no if you na oba ne ho NDC food D just an command tem anya me po just an kama me koye case won anim ana me din kunim that case no lawyer now do kukuno kofali sheshorara application was Supreme Court and oka said judge no decision no yen kwashe no go to social media and go and see A+ and go and see everybody in Gambia samsi ayele mu nia sa case no ebe ye public interest case because is the former Supreme Court judge awakona hujiemu Justice Doche Oko retirement no the directory speech he gave a judgment in that case and accused Justice Emmanuel Ankama, this judge who wrote the judgment what is Saki what is free said Matamakuno the Supreme Court let me see whether I can locate the case the Supreme Court at that time let me see God give me the Supreme Court at that time the Supreme Court at that time I mean case no I will bring the case out yes that's the case let me see the title of the case on my phone no this is the case in the Superior Court of Judicature the Supreme Court Civil Division sitting in Accra on Wednesday column His Lordship Justice Doche presiding Lovelace Johnson Justice Amadou Tanko Professor Mensa Bonso and Leonel Kolende a civil motion case number J508-2023 the case is the Republic and the case let me read it the case is the Republic versus High Court Tema Espate Yao Doji Jugbaji and another and then in that case blood Justice Doche Kona Hujimuno the last judgment speech no or accuse this same judge Emmanuel Ankama say the judgment me lawyer no is so shameful a shameful judge or see the judgment oma against see another party no and some shameful to the sense say it doesn't even deserve to become a judge and you know investigating judges Judge Ankama who was at that time was a corrupt judge now you also investigating me like I'm on Ampaw say many judge are kululu and I win case no it means we investigating because makoye when say early Emma early no me when I say the value of the asset of the early no me no my manipulative figures no it investigating me together with some registrars of the court and this became a topical issue in Ghana. It was blown all over in the social media. Some documentary on that. Lawyer Maurice Ampaw to be investigated for the impropriety, misconduct. I need the cash news in the A+ crown any G because I'm a jelly A+. But contempt case against the A+ ni Mukaiberes A+ ni when I say if I was any when I say UTV concerning if I was case now or say to me and now I'm cited for contempt of court. So A+ in that case always the Supreme Court has cited me say yeah visiting me judge na OD case NDC for bone say man. They said they should investigate the judge. A+ say on Tiase say want my quarter me case baku 15 ni nia wo judge denim I na me case equal one judge baku. A+ wrote a strong article of petition, the Chief Justice said, "You're investigating me. Why?" Say, "I always choose Judge Ankama court. My case is in court. This same judge was maligned, was insulted, a credibility and integrity was attacked by the Supreme Court. This same judge was insulted by Sam George. This same judge was ridiculed by A+, and the NDC fraternity didn't like Judge Ankama. They tagged him as MPP judge. Today, Judge Ankama area Sampajinino has sat on the appeal and beautifully, legally, with technicalities, we just said it on Tamaklo. All of a sudden, NDC party is excited. All of a sudden, local social media, and everybody who matters is happy. Say, court they use technicalities and the judgment. Have you read the judgment? Have you read the judgment? Oh, the judgment is sound. Oh, the judgment is sound. And NDC is so happy for setting them because their own has been set free. And the legal Azamo, Professor Azamo, any NDC lawyers, Tamaklo, everybody know. Have you read the judgment? Have you read the judgment? They are happy because Akama Yeninia, because Court of Appeal are setting on own free, and they even forgot to say there is 90 million Ghana citizens the state have lost. And can never boa mama no tria arrest of cocoa farmers. Can we try arrest of teachers? The government money so much. And now as we speak now, no petrol board cost you reference from Monday ko you better petrol mu ama and reference mo for VIP. Nanado time na 80 cedis about 120. Say and about 140 and cut 200 and then one share here ufi Kumase na oba Accra na get so 120 no who could 200 Ghana cedis and then light bill cost so the whole tree na sending them Tamaklo we are bicycle journey no we are for that no yeah using technicalities as setting the free no the judge that the NDC didn't like, the judge that Zamdog one penasem, the judge that A+ one penasem, the judge that they think that it is MPP judge, no. They are now praising him. Oh, what the judgments! Oh, judgment here good. You judge the panel, forget about the Zikano the inform. They are happy for the judgment. They are happy say their own is free. Said that Tamaklo, a clergy or your angel. They say, almost selling their go for that. So, you don't care whether the money is lost or not. That is the point of it. You see, if you look at the legal angle there, Machel said, Mamicho Bibi, I'm an experienced lawyer. I told you that it's only a few judges in this country. Madam Fu. Me a judges and number 4. Because Supreme Court. My catcher will say, my colleagues, my classmates train a war. Because Supreme Court, Madam Fu will do so. Call up Madam Fu do so. High Court Madam Fu could do so. Obey me 25 years as a lawyer. My friends are judges. So, and my criminal case for more than 20 years. I'm a criminologist. Obi oni me record, go to Cocoa First Court. Go to Cocoa First Court and go and find about Judge Ankama. Find about Judge Willie Wise. Go and find Judge Amadou Tanko. John Kolendemo, Supreme Court judges. I was practicing with them at the Cocoa First Court. I'm a criminal defense lawyer. Me criminal case. Go ask the record of lawyer Maurice Ampaw. So I know the thinking of judges. Mama Chobi, and I'm a Mr. Secret in Chilamo. Sure. Law. We can nominate Kachobi. Law. Law has always not been fair and just. Law be the weakness. Law. Because human being law at times the law cannot foresee certain occurrences. Ain't that every rule be a exception? Utie. Who passing law? Lawyers are law they pass here MPs. MPs are politicians. They have their own agenda. It's who passing law. I do their dream money count. Because the basic opportunity laws is limited. Law no has a purpose. It targets few people. There are loopholes in every law. Let me tell you law. There's no law which is perfect in this world. There's no law apart from the law of God. Apart from the word of the Lord. Ewo adwipo pitim enti na brofo no edu tem no call the jurisprudence the law we say legal system sources of law ebeka just say law at times can produce unjust results. Enti no in Britain no when the common law and the law will be applied by the judges no when there is an unjust result they open the court of Lord of Chancery. It is the case now court ọhịrị no asọfọ họ na asọfọ na ahwẹ intent we say the technicalities are any unfairness are caught in the ban in the law no normal apply justice, equity, common sense and fairness. So every court when it sits it doesn't only apply law. Every court sits to apply justice, law, common sense. Eti NFL so mutie judgment bi bia no of a court no about 70% are discretionary, meaning opa or the mama opa ma law ni say for sound law to say 1 + 1 is 2. That's how the law works. No, this are law utumi manipulate no. And to me, say judge, if ever I fear or any, what samba or any, hold up a so bow or bow. Uye ja na umame no ye bonnet, not the don't know, would be quite fast or the uniform. Sana law net here. Sana as Yamasam so tier as of for the same fornication. Bonnet any fornication. Uja mass of Munua. Uko ya boni fornication also for back to condemn one to say fornication who said nyamini pedua na omo fornication no omo be call hell. Revelation they can quote Revelation say and when say hell no we found fornicators. Revelation. And then the same law says, don't you know that your temple is the body is the temple of God, and he who sin fornicating against the body. The same man of God can preach you, and one say, yeah, as a fornicator, no, there will not be any second chance for you. Oko hell. Utemi na mechi awusila jadi susu atete. Over to another pastor so we can just say, oh, yes, what fornicating but oye nipa Bible say na onye boni da no onto obobo mo oba no Bible say ye nya ya boni na na me nyonyam aboye Bible say ena nipa memno ye entino nyame we live by grace by grace enye ye papa yo enye ye papa yo nya ye intamango fi our righteousness is as a filthy rag, and grace abounds. If you confess your sins, God will forgive you. So you see the same fornication. No? Two men of God, Baku interpreting it originally. Baku di mreye juma, fornicatia, hell straight. Fornicatia, there's no mercy. The same Bible no so one pastor who say, oh, God of mercy. God of mercy. God understand I'm not here. We are all saying, hallelujah, sinner, saved by grace, holiness sinner, saved by grace. I'm only a sinner, saved by grace. We say not the same Bible, no. Na bako actually say we hear fornication or call hell. Bako is to say and it's because once saved, always saved. God understands. It you see the same thing with the law and judges. Judge in power sema, tio. Judge in power sema. Obey law no finchim na wakatene ni na wajeliwu. Utieme ena me chemo law. One send them case no. Judge awo fe no sewa boki and a trust that case no so. But you see our or judge adeno rigidly and no sentence said now. Or you sue about 70% of the discretion. If you have loved Sedina, you will have seen certain loopholes. But the biases in judges and I mean power they will jail you. You see the same case, the same law, the same evidence. You know, three court of appeal judges say there's something wrong with it. They have been able to cure the biases and the weaknesses in justice. Sewabuchi case, and they restored. That's what we call judicial discretion. The same way with Wontumi case. Judge not tonight Wontumi so to all three kohumvite. I am a classmate, you know. On so no. You see the speed how did he assemble. And the judgment tell by no. And by no. People are divided. If we say you're good, if we say you're good, and also I want the biases. So Dr. Wontumi no penasema oh or the same law no be jano. But when you do so be janina oh so na this ifo kan no for janino the same way Wontumi so fairly appeal based on the evidence and the law, and we are praying that case ebeko appeal court judge no yenga judges like Imana Kamanubi who will not do politics. May the God touch the heart of justice Bible Bonnie. And it's my prayer that Bible Bonnie once is leave office on the 26th of December 2026 or call retirement no. Nyamin Kanakuma. Now Ampaw judges sir, they will not be motivated by anything, but by the truth. They will not be motivated by anything by the justice. They will not be motivated by what? Technicalities. They should look at Wontumi's appeal on law, truth, and justice. The way the Manankama case no so 10 years judgment, no errors, defective charges, evidence was weak, and the law, no, the same principle should apply to Wontumi case. May the three judges Judge Bafo Bondi don't form no. Every judges are under the bidding of the ruling government, but they should do the building of Ghana through justice. If there is technicalities, may Wontumi also be favored with technicalities. If there is truth, may Wontumi also be favored with truth. If there is justice, may Wontumi be favored with justice. That's all we are calling for. That is all that some of us are calling for. We should not be seeing a justice system where the resetting has become an issue where government of the day is winning cases. They say the appeal case now. Said the October win government the video because you can see all the government apparatus are happy. Why should they be happy about a case that government have lost money? Why should they be happy? They should be worried. When to be a case, they were happy. We are going to see who to this also appeal. How it will go. We are in this country called appeal. Eja atu forcing. And we pray that the court of appeal judges will also look at who to this appeal and prayer. Was a young boy. Say galamsey koso obemu. Na say yesu. Na koso. Na MPP 4, NDC 4, ewo eye. Na innocent chairman Wontumi on one koye galamsey. One benefiting from Samuel Boy case. Near jail in 20 years. That is my prayer. Say the justice must be seen to be done. Justice must be done, but must be seen to be done. And some of us are getting worried. Chairman Wontumi fairly appeal on his submission of no case. Up to now, it's not on the head. Justice Kokuvite, in a hurry, in ambulance mood, no, did not allow Chairman Wontumi appeal to be heard by the court of appeal on his submission of no case. Pendio. And not it won't happen if the submission of case, no case, appeal is succeeded. You see how you've hurried justice and you have buried justice. Audrey Kokuvite is leadership. You hurry justice and you will bury justice. Look at your colleagues. Wontumi nominate forest case, is being handled by her leadership. Ruby Aite. Look at how reasonable Ruby Aite it was. Only or the Kokuvite and static case, no. But look at the days and time or they Wontumi to file these defenses. Is giving Wontumi a constitutional right, enough time, reasonable time to fight a case against him. To the state say, only ordinary start here, but even as at July, no see Wontumi lawyer no. Onko na 15th of August no, obe mention na October. I bet try, but Judge Kokuvite planned to jail Chairman Wontumi before July. But the other colleague judge was giving Wontumi more adjournment. Audrey was in a hurry, ambulance mood. 20th, whether you like it or not. I don't care whether there's an application. I don't care whether your lawyer is on the town. I am ready to hand over the judgment and the jailing. And that's exactly what he did. And she has achieved it. And she's happy. That is my worry. That is my worry. That two cases, one judge is in a hurry. The other judge is trying to do what we call taking. He's not there because on him say, when an accused person is faced with 15 years to 25 years jail term, please don't rush him. Don't stampede him. Give him more room and rope for him to defend himself. But Wontumi right to defend himself was stampeded by the trial judge. The ambulance trial did not help Wontumi's case. His lawyers were frustrated. Wontumi was going to court on a daily basis. There was a push and a push and a push and a push. And it's my prayer that at the end of whatever Audrey Kokuvite have done, there's court of appeal judges who have the opportunity, not in an ambulance mood, but take their time and scrutinize once again every single evidence The record of proceedings will be scrutinized. There will be fresh hearing, re-hearing, and the law will take its place. And I pray that the court appeal, if there's a need for technicalities, we'll use technicalities as they've done to Tamaklo. If there's need for truth and true justice, they should do it, so that at least you will see justice prevailing. So as we speak now, it's not time for jubilation. I'm happy for said in Tamaklo say because Obi jailing and what do I get if Tamaklo is jailed? Nothing. It doesn't add bread and butter to my food. It doesn't add anything to my life. I will not be happy if he's jailed. No. But I'm saying that if somebody is not jailed and you are happy for the person, why should you be jubilating over somebody who have been jailed? That's the problem. If somebody was convicted and Ghanaians were not happy, nobody jubilated over Sadinam imprisonment. But why people are jubilating over Wontumi imprisonment? As if he is the only person who is the sinner here, who is carrying Galamsey sins. Meanwhile, the person was not charged for Galamsey. But ya pump Galamsey at Tarashano. And they nearly know as a Galamsey, as if all no saying so. Meanwhile, he has not. And there is a video. There's a video trending as to the witness Odi Asemitia Wontumi all about how the states, President Mama in the states, stampede so could dear Adansie Intia Wontumi jail because one yes only be jail 20 years. So fair. It's very, very unfair. Very, very unfair. And it's my prayer, say, we should understand where we are coming from. To thank you, Jesus Emmanuel Kama, Sampa Hene, what is Sampa Fuenim, and then what Tafu Nia de Masho Nancy. Should we go judges are Omo Malayo, Omo describe you as a shameful judge, Omo doubt your integrity. You have proved them all wrong. And now judgment now be a kind and the people are happy. But I don't expect NDC should be happy because it's not about happiness. It's about justice being done and why we have lost 90 million plus money should be a worry to the government of the day. And let's stop the hypocrisy. Politicization of the judiciary must stop. But let's see justice not only be done but must be seen to be done. Let's see fairness in the way the judiciary operates. And then Supreme Church of Pentecost chairman Akasa or say Bafo Boni Moody 150 years no more say more than 10 Juma. The judges must make sure that they don't please the government of the day with their ruling. They should do justice with common sense. That's what the chairman of Pentecost said. And Ghanaians will follow. We pray that the judiciary will recover from the public's perception of being biased and be a tool in the hands of the ruling government to jail opposition parties and to free government appointees. And who caused them? It is the attitude and conduct of the AG when it started clearing all appointees who were failing trial. And so this judgment also fit into it. And it's sad.